Hey, what's going on, guys? So today we're taking a look at a belly band full of gear. So this is kind of a new EDC thing that I'm trying out. I got this Clip&Carry branded belly band, and I want to see what it's going to be like to carry this for winter. Now in the winter time, I do all different types of things I can't do in the warm months, right? Sometimes I'll chest carry. I have a chest rig for my Glock 19. Which is fantastic, which is what I prefer a lot of the times, getting that weight off of my my waist and my pants and stuff. Especially if I have like a winter jacket, it's going to be on all day. If depending on where I'm going, if I have to take my jacket off, if that's going to be a problem or not having that chest rig, it just really depends on the situation, whatever the day may bring. But for the winter time, because I am going to be a little puffy anyway, whether I have a zip-up hoodie or some kind of a jacket, I like the idea of doing a belly band here. All right, so here is everything in the belly band as of right now. It is a little bit of weight. Some people might have a problem with this much weight. You might just want to carry a firearm or just, who knows, a backup knife, flashlight, whatever. But I got the whole kitchen sink in here because you guys know me. I don't mind carrying extra gear and stuff. So the firearm is a SIG P365. All right, I'm gonna leave that off to the side for the rest of the video. Just want to show you what it looked like in there. Also, it's the heaviest here, so maneuvering this around, it makes it want to lean towards where that the firearm is. But anyway, I have the SIG. I have the flashlight here. This is an Acebeam branded light. I think it's the Rider RX, something like that. I showed that. Let's see. Make sure. I showed this before where this clip kind of moves over and down, and that's how you access that battery port, which is kind of interesting flashlight, but pretty cool. I do like Acebeam as a brand, but yeah, this is the Rider RX is the specific model there. Besides that, I have a backup folder and I have a backup fixed blade. Fixed blade is the KaBar TDI. You saw that, just recently got this one. And the folder is the Buck 110 LT, all right, the lightweight version, which is super lightweight, which I've really been enjoying here. And this is riding in, let's see, both these holsters are also from Clip&Carry. So as far as like prices, let me give you a quick price rundown, and this is going to be, because I know people are always interested in, oh, that's really cool, how much? That's what it always comes down to, right? How much is it? So don't quote me on these prices, but I'm going to run through it. The little sheath here for the Buck 110 / Buck 112. I'm sure there's other knives that would fit in here just fine. There's a ton of different, Buck 110-ish knives from Schrade and a million different companies and Chinese knockoffs. You could fit a lot of stuff in this generic sheath. This is a carbon fiber one. They also have an orange one and a brown one, which is awesome, which I also have. I'm actually in the process of still trying to find my traditional 110, which I know I have somewhere. Brass bolsters, wood handles, that goes great with that tan sheath. But anyway, these are awesome. You can adjust the tension on these guys. The clip is fantastic. I actually adjusted these clips, the clip position for this particular spot here, so it's snug, so it's not really wobbling around. So I do like all the adjustment that you do have in something like this. But anyway, as far as prices on everything, these are 30 bucks. The knife itself is 30 bucks. I don't know that the light, I want to say, is like 40 or 50. KaBar TDI is like 40 bucks. The actual belly band is like $35. The holster, if you're going to get a inside the waistband holster from Clip&Carry, I want to say they're 40 bucks. So everything is in that range of like $30 to $50. But anyway, I really like this setup a lot. So as you can see here, there's a main pocket that goes all the way through. All right, this is basically just your support. It's a very stiff, piece of webbing here, and that's what you're actually clipping on. And that supports the full weight, and it's really just kind of meant for maybe a firearm, a smaller firearm. Of course, you put whatever you want, and maybe a spare magazine or something. So I know the first thing some gun guys are going to say is, dude, that's unnecessary. Ditch the light, ditch the knives, maybe keep one knife, whatever, but put a spare mag here. You need that spare mag. I agree. As a gun guy, I do agree on the spare mag thing. However, this is actually the spare firearm. All right, when I'm carrying my SIG P365, it is a backup gun only. All right, I'm carrying this when I also have my Glock 19 or something else, a full-size firearm. So in the wintertime, I am able to carry a lot more of this stuff because of the fact that I have a bulky coat, you know, or some kind of, you know, cover where none of it's seen, you know. And I'm a big guy too. If you happen to be like a very skinny guy who normally wears form-fitting clothing, this is obviously not going to work for you. But I got the big old belly full of jelly, and you know, in the case of gear, that happens to be somewhat of a I wouldn't say tactical advantage, because having that extra weight is certainly not tactical in any sense of the word, but it hides things. That's all I'm saying. Lumps and bumps definitely hide things. People won't question this, even though I have all this crap on me. If you put me next to some guy who's 115 pounds, wearing the exact same thing with the exact same gear, you're gonna look at the skinny guy with all the stuff under his shirt poking out. Whereas I'm just, you know, I'm just a big dude. You know, so like I said, silver lining in being very overweight. I don't recommend it though. I definitely would rather be skinny and have stuff poking out of my shirt. But yeah, so this is just an interesting setup here. I have carried this a few days now. It is noticeable, the extra weight there on the stomach. It's something I'm not used to having, but I kind of like the fact that this freed up a lot of pocket space. All right, because these aren't like just doubles to doubles. I mean, if I'm doing this right here, I have a neck knife on, and maybe another folder if I'm, you know, carrying it to test it. 2 of the days I did not have anything else, and it was fine. I had all this extra pocket space, which was really nice. Have my folder, have my fixed blade, and don't forget, I always have a neck knife, so that's a second fixed blade, which may be completely unnecessary in most people's eyes, and I would probably agree, but, you know, just because it's not necessary doesn't mean it's not fun. Just not, you know, something that I enjoy doing. Flashlight, always have a flashlight on my keys, no matter what. Always have a flashlight in my vehicle, multiple flashlights in my vehicle. Sometimes even have, you know, a full-size flashlight on my person, or a smaller flashlight clipped to a pocket. Just depends on the situation. A lot of times I do still carry the pocket organizer that has a flashlight and other stuff, lighter. You know, so like I said, redundancy is definitely flashing in people's mind when you're seeing this, but, you know, keep in mind too, like right now, I'm just playing around with this idea. It's not a permanent, you know, fixture to what I'm going to be doing. Now, if you happen to be a gear person, you might be able to relate to this, but like I have all these pockets and stuff, and there's stuff in them. If I'm out and about and someone hands me something and I want to put it in my pocket, sometimes my pockets are full. You know, as crazy as that sounds, most people walk around with pants and pockets in them and nothing in the pockets, right? You know, most of the stuff that I'm getting throughout the day are just like receipts if I'm out shopping or buying something, which is not a big deal, and I always have a spot for that. But just in general, if I just happen to go to the store and not want to carry something and want to put it in my pocket if it's small enough, I don't really have that option like a lot of people normally do, because there's already something in there. Okay, that's the downside of, I suppose, being prepared, or at least wanting to be prepared, is you're losing that pocket space on the daily because there's something already occupying it. But so yeah, the idea here is to bring some of the weight, bring some of the gear up into the midsection of my body at a time, you know, where it's cold weather, where I'm going to be wearing different garments that are going to be covering it. You know, being that there's a firearm under there, I don't like wearing any kind of pullover hoodies. Although you can, you know, people can definitely practice this, and most people do, just pulling up your garment and getting to that quickly. I don't like the idea, just again, being a bigger dude too. It's not as quick as you might see in some videos and training and stuff like that. I like, you know, zipper jackets and zipper hoodies, because I can very quickly grab my zipper. I always have some kind of pull on there or something. Even if I have gloves on, I can rip the zipper down real quick, and the front of my garment is completely open, so I can access anything that's in here. Not to mention, if it's not an emergency, let's say I just want to use a flashlight or just want to grab one of these knives, I can zip that, you know, halfway or 3/4 of the way or whatever, dip down. No one has to even see this. I can just zip it down to like my sternum on my chest and just reach down into the front there and pull one of these tools out if I need be, you know, and then I can fish it back in and put it in its proper spot without anyone, you know, wondering what's in there. I'm sure people, if they saw that, they'd be like, where do you grab that from? Just sitting on his stomach? That's kind of weird. But yeah, I like the idea of it. I have to say, I'm a big dude. I'm definitely a big dude right now. I'm still very much working on changing that. This clip and carry, this is the largest size that they sell, and this just fits me. As far as where the Velcro grabs, it grabs like maybe that much or so, so it's plenty strong. But there's a lot of maneuverability in this if you're a smaller person, and it is nice that it does actually fit me. But you know, if you're wearing like 4X, 5X or something, this is not going to work for you. So yeah, just, I mean, keep that in mind if you happen to be a bigger person. I believe they do sell different sizes here, but I did get the biggest possible, and it just fits me. I just like the idea a lot. It is, like I said, I mean, it's pretty affordable at like $35-ish. It's very well made, the material and everything, and it is very comfortable. I mean, the padding that's in here. I don't have a wide range of belly bands that I've tried. I mean, I'm sure some people, especially if you prefer that for carry, you've probably gone through dozens of them. I've had 2 other ones that I remember. One was super chintzy and super cheap, and the Velcro was actually, the stitching was coming out of it. I got rid of that immediately. And that was like a couple years ago when I wanted to have a belly band for, like, if I'm exercising, if I'm walking around the block or taking a stroll somewhere, and I'm just on foot. I didn't want to have necessarily a carry where it's in my pocket, especially in the summertime, or you know, anything on the belt. I wanted the availability to not have to wear a belt. If I'm exercising, I'm probably not in formal clothing, or, you know, have a belt with cargo pants or anything, or even cargo shorts. If I'm walking around the block, I want to be in, like, you know, basketball shorts or whatever is comfortable, and a t-shirt or a tank top or something like that. So having no belt obviously limits you with different carry options, specifically with firearms because they're heavy. You can get away with different types of knives and flashlights. You can be pretty creative, and it's not that big of a deal because they're usually smaller, lighter options or lighter tools. But when you're carrying a firearm, even a super compact one, and you're, you know, just walking around or whatever with no belt, that could become difficult to carry. For a while there, I was going with the fanny packs. I do like the fanny packs quite a bit for that purpose. Kind of like, not necessarily on the waist, although I've carried that as well. I like the crossbody because I can very quickly access that right on the chest area. I don't have to reach down to the waist and unzip, but, you know, it's not the end of the world either way. Having, you know, a firearm, if you're able to legally do so where you are, it doesn't matter how you have it. I mean, of course, everyone's going to be a, you know, keyboard warrior and say, oh, that's not fast enough, that's not good enough, you know, this is better, that's better. If you have it, you've won. You know what I'm saying? I don't care how hard it is to get to. I don't care if you carry, you know, a gun in your purse with no ammo in it and a loaded magazine, you know, in your pocket as a woman. Or if you're a dude, maybe you carry, you know, a gun in your bag. You don't even have the magazine in there. The magazine's somewhere else. I don't care. At least you have a gun. At least you have some kind of option. Of course, it's going to be a lot slower if you don't have a magazine in there. But I don't really get down on all the, you know, the details of how people carry. I don't really care. If you have a gun, I think it's awesome. Hopefully you know how to use it, and God forbid if you ever need to use it, hopefully it works out for you. But just having the option there, no matter how fast or slow, you know, it's good. You are ahead of the game, in my opinion. So I don't really care. Like, I see so many people argue, like, this gun's so much better than that gun. This one's reliable, that's not reliable. Oh no, you should never carry this way, you should never do this. Who cares, honestly? I don't know why people, strangers, get so upset. I mean, I've seen people livid because of what some other stranger does that does not affect them at all. But I guess it's natural. There's a lot of alphas out there, a lot of guys who think they just know it all. Sometimes I'm guilty of that. I gotta be honest. Sometimes I do come across as a know-it-all, and I don't mean to ever do that, ever. I know what I know, or at least I think I know what I know. Sometimes I'm wrong, and that's okay too. But I'm just saying, like, I'm open to, you do you. You know what I'm saying? Whatever's comfortable for you. If you got a gun with you, or if you have a knife, or you got that flashlight, I don't care how you carry it. It doesn't bother me either way. So anyway, all that being said, I'm just going to try this out. If you guys are big fans of belly bands for any kind of carry of anything, let me know down in the comment section. First off, what are some good ones that you've used or have stuck that you really, you know, it's like a go-to one. I really like this clip and carry. It's the best one I've ever had. But again, my experience is limited. I think the price is right for what it is. Some are cheaper, some are way more expensive, but it's very comfortable to me. It is very comfortable, so I have no complaints at all as far as the style or anything. I think it's great. So yeah, just a different idea. It's nice to try stuff out. I don't know if it'll be lasting. I don't know if it's something I'll always do. I can definitely tell you that wearing this, because I wear this kind of like in the midsection of my stomach, and it's funny because when I was younger, my pants would be under my belly. You know what I'm saying? If you're like a fat dude and you got a gut, so many of you guys still wear your pants under your belly. Once I got with my now wife, when she was my girlfriend, you know, one time she asked me, she's like, why do you wear your pants so low? And I'm like, what do you mean my pants aren't low? I thought she meant like, you know, my pants are sagging off my butt or something, which have never been the case. Not my style anyway. I'm like, what are you talking about? It's not low. And she's like, yeah, it's not even on your waist. And we had like this whole discussion. Your waist is where your belly button is, regardless of the shape of your stomach. So she got me, you know, subconsciously I thought about that. She got me starting to wear my pants around my actual waist, right? Like midsection of my body. First of all, it looks way better. If you're a fat guy and you have your pants over where your belly button is, like you have some of your belly tucked in your pants essentially, trust me, it does look better. You know, having a big old belly hanging over your pants is not nearly, I mean, neither one of them looks good. You should probably just get rid of the belly. That's the best option. But in the meantime, while you're working on it, yeah, having your pants up a little bit higher like that over your stomach is definitely not only a better look, but it gives you more access to your pockets and everything like that because your pants are literally sitting a little higher on you. Of course, you'd have to change your size depending on what kind of beer gut you have. You might be buying pants that are 5 sizes bigger than your normal, but it is what it is. I definitely prefer that now. But anyway, what the whole reason I'm bringing that up is because I wear this on the midsection of my stomach, although I can actually wear this a little lower and still have comfortably hold the chest rig. So if I wanted to, let's say, ditch this backup gun and just run with some different random gear, I can really free up the pockets and then have my full-size firearm above it with a chest rig. Now, it seems extremely, you know, tacked out and stuff. I mean, some people would just say just wear a tactical vest if you're going to go that route. But I don't know, it just gives me a little maneuverability and some different options. And options are always good. So anyway, that's all. Just wanted to share this with you guys. We'll see how this runs. Obviously, I mean, this is the flavor of the month for me. I love this. I love this setup here with the Buck 110. But this can be swapped out with anything. I can, you know, ditch this completely and just go with a fixed blade. I don't necessarily need like another folder. Just right now, I'm just playing around with it. But overall, I like it. I think it's pretty cool. So that's it for now. Hopefully, you guys enjoyed the video. Of course, leave your input down below. And I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. Thanks for watching. We'll see you guys tomorrow with a brand new video. Take care.